So the next thing that we're going to do is look at this, and when we see the dashboard, we might have to throw this car back in here. If we do much measuring, usually what I'll do is just tape it back in. It's no big deal. But if we look at the dashboard, we'll see that that is 1.5 inches tall off of the foam core. And then we look at it up here, and if your dashboard goes across your car, they'll all be 3.5 inches. If it doesn't, then you'll take whatever measurement that is. Alright, so I put down here 3.5 by 1.5 inches, and that's what my dashboard will be. So then I'm going to transfer those measurements to the foam board. And I'm just going to mark a 0 point and a 3.5 inch point. Alright, and I think I'll zoom in on this a little bit. And then I'm going to go up here a little bit. Then I'll come right up here and mark that. I'll put this edge here, and I'll just use the side of the ruler, basically like a square, to get that straight side. And then I'll do the same thing. I'll turn it around and even the edge of the ruler up with the material, and use the ruler as a square like that. And then I can mark up here 1.5 inches. Connect them. Okay, so this is my dashboard. And then down here I'm going to do my ribs. I'm going to cut out, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'll do a 7th one as a crumple zone. I'm going to bring those down on the board. All ribs are the same, and I'll do these measurements up on the board so you don't have to guess, but all these ribs are 3/4 of an inch apart from one another. So if we go down here, so with your ribs, you're going to measure down 3/4 of an inch, 1.5 inches, 2 1/4, 3 inches, 3 3/4, 4 1/2, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll go up to 5 1/4, and then we'll come over here and do the same thing. 3/4, 1.5 inches, 2 1/4, 3 inches, 3 3/4, 4 1/2, 5 1/4. And then we'll make these lines between them. Okay, now I have all my lines. Now I'm going to come over from the side and basically get my 0 point, which I'll make at 3 inches. And then I'll come down here and make a line at 3 inches, or arrow at 3 inches, and I'll connect those two arrows. And from there I'll make a line that comes from there 3.5 inches. So every one of these ribs is going to be 3.5 inches by 3/4. If you want to make a rib that is, or two that are unique, 1 inch by 3.5 inches or something like that, then I'll connect those. And now I'm ready to cut out all of these, and the way I would do this is just the same thing, up and down. And then pull that across, score it out, and you can see that that cuts very nicely. Then I would cut this one out, and you notice that I'm always cutting away from my hand, and I just go up and down, and I'm holding this X-Acto knife like I showed you before, like a pencil. I just go up and down, and then I pull it across. If I do that up and down movement, I am going to get a lot more accuracy than if I just started pulling this, because if I just pull it across, there's a good chance I'm going to go all over the place. And then you have that. Then you just do your up and down all the way through all of these. And when you get one done, you put it in your bag like that, and you cut out your dash the same way. And tomorrow I'll show you how to put the dash and the ribs on the chassis.